All right, 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 all right. Let me see here. Which one is it? Which one is it? Is it this one right here? Let me see. Uh, yeah, what's good? What's good? Back up in here, man, for another. Back up in here for another live stream yet again, man. Let's do it one more time. You know, it's Monday, July 17th, 2023. On this glorious Monday. Hot as all hot to heaven. But hey, we back up in here for another No News, Just Facts podcast. And yeah, we gonna get into get into everything that we can. Hopefully everybody is doing good out there. You know what I'm saying? Out there in y'all's regular lives. Hopefully, you know, everybody is at work and or doing whatever they're doing, coming back from work, whether you're coming back from work or you're currently at work. You know, shout out to y'all. Um, yeah, we back up in here and we just gonna get into the first story. First story. So let me see here. Go to this one right here. Get this started. Oh, I don't even got this ready. I should be ashamed. Do not have this ready. Sorry about that. Don't have it ready. It's alright though. It's alright though. Alright, wow. This is crazy the way this looks. Crazy the way this looks. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. We gotta look at all types of ways right now. This thing look all types of ways. Let me see if I could fix this real quick. Fix this really quickly. Cause this looks crazy right now. I think I know why I got it like this. So let me just get to the video I want to get to. We just gonna start off with the Zion Williamson, and yet again Mariah Mills is accusing this man of something. You know, I feel like her 15 minutes was up
Zion Williamson,
like mad long ago, but she's just like juicing it for all she can, and it's like, damn, you know, she's juicing it for all she can. I don't even understand. Like, you almost kind of want to know, like, what was like. He must have really been paying her some mad dope. Cause like, for her to be like wilding like this is just absolutely crazy. Absolutely, positively crazy. Cause like, you know, it don't take all this. I don't think like at this there's nothing else to do. I guess she's bored at this point. Like, you know, all those little stories about her being in a committed relationship with him was all BS. I'm sure. But let's get into it real quick.
He's got more accusations thrown his way by Mariah Mills. We know her. She's went on her Twitter rants, and now it's TikTok she's taken to. And she's got more accusations to throw his way. Luckily for Zion, the source of these accusations, not very trustworthy. Not very trustworthy for sure. Let's look at the clip.
You guys, I literally did not want to come to the internet, and I'm just tired of saving face.
So why did you come to the internet? Why'd you come to the internet? She said she didn't want to come to the internet. That's funny. No, that's quite hilarious. She didn't want to come to the internet. So why did you come to the internet? Why did you come to the internet? I mean, you literally have been going until they suspended your Twitter. You was going crazy. You was stretching this out for like for like as long as you could. This was going for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. You would not shut the hell up about all this stuff that Zion Williamson was like doing for you. And it's like now, since they suspended your Twitter, now you go on to TikTok, and now you saying, "Oh, I don't want to come to the internet." Just the thirst. It's just the thirst. It's just so much thirst. If you can continue with this, like, what, like if you can have any basketball player, any like professional athlete you want to have, like, why continue doing this? What is it doing for you?
Face for this man that's completely disrespecting me to the world, and I literally have to take this. Every time I come on the internet, people are bashing me because of this man, literally, and I'm tired of it. He knows. He said he's gonna send me $62,000. I have yet to receive that since June. I'm literally.
So you're on the internet because he promised you money. Again. Let's just let the video play because this ain't making no sense. It ain't making no sense at all. It ain't making no sense. It's not adding up. It's not adding up. I ain't gonna say no. I ain't gonna call her no names and nothing like that. It's just not adding up. It's not adding up. It's not adding up. And it's only a matter of time before they get her TikTok. She can't say nothing on there, and then she gonna probably find another place in some form.
Literally a liar. You guys, everything he says, he's a liar. He's not who he says he is. I literally been saving face. I did not want to come to the world and let you guys know what he has been doing to me my entire relationship with him. He is a woman beater, and
she still thinks she's in a relationship. Oh my God. She still thinks she's in a relationship with him. That's crazy. Nah, you in a relationship with yourself, mama. You in a relationship by yourself. You are dating him in your mind. Y'all ain't really together. She still thinks she. That's funny. That's funny. That's hilarious. Man, this lady is really needs to seek some help. You know, I'm praying for her, for real.
And the NBA needs to know this.
The fake crying is crazy.
I literally did not want to come to this because I know he has so many endorsements.
The fake crying is crazy.
But Zion Williamson is a woman beater.
Wow.
And the reason he was paying me off is so I won't come to the world and tell everybody.
Now, normally with high-profile
That's crazy. Beating allegations is crazy. Beating allegations is crazy. I don't know, proof that, you know, he's been doing so and so forth to you. You know, this is all bull. You know, all some bull. It's crazy. This is that type of situation where I know in Zion's head is like, I almost wish I never met this woman, you know? I I wish I never met this woman. I wish I never gave her money. I wish I never did none of that with her because now she won't leave me alone. She won't leave me alone. She's still dragging me on the internet, you know. But it's crazy, man. When will it end? Like it's like I guess the only justified thing to do is like sue her, right? Or get a restraining order. You know, I don't know that that works. Or like sue her for defamation, or I don't know how that goes with the court system as far as this. She went from Twitter to being on TikTok. She probably gonna be on Threads next week. She probably gonna be on Threads next week talking all types of mess and putting up pictures, and she gonna go from Threads to YouTube, and then from YouTube to Rumble. She gonna go wherever she can go with it. It's crazy.
Athletes like this, these get taken pretty seriously usually, but this one, I haven't seen the buzz for it. I guess it's due to the fact that Mariah Mills, she seems a bit unhinged. She's a little mad that Zion got another woman pregnant, already went on a Twitter rampage, and now she's on TikTok. And it's interesting, she mentions that he owes her money before mentioning the physical violence. I think that would have been a better starting point. Just start with the violence part. And maybe you should have started that a month ago when you went on a rant on Twitter. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know why you're wearing sunglasses inside. I don't know if it's to cover up those fake tears or what, but just go to the police. Stop posting rants. Stop with the rants. Leave the internet alone. I mean, nothing about this woman is trustworthy. Her body has been edited. She has edited body parts. On top of that, social media is her life. It's how she makes her money. She needs people viewing her or paying to view her. She benefits from a controversy like this. She tried to leverage his fame to get people to turn on him without realizing it could easily turn on her. She's just not believable. Not by the way she's acted. We'll see if she ever brings evidence to the table. Only...
Yeah, I think at this point it doesn't even matter. You're still made to look like money hungry in all forms and facets, you know. So I mean, what can you do? At that point, it's like what else needs to be said, you know? What else even needs to be said? She's done enough. She's done enough talking for her and Zion. I mean, Zion ain't even. Has he even said anything about it? Like, I ain't heard him say nothing about Mariah Mills. I ain't heard him say nothing. Nathan. But we gonna move on, man, to the next thing. Let's just see how this Mariah Mills Zion thing plays out. I mean, in her, on her regard, because I mean, he hasn't said anything about her. Let's keep on moving. We gonna go to Pink Book Lessons, man. Pink Book Lessons. Shout out to her and her YouTube page. So the video is California influencer got sassy and disrespectful, in Dubai, and now she can't leave. Feminist fail. I think I seen like a story about this, so let's just get into it.
I'm here in Dubai and I'm going to test drive this Mercedes truck. If everything goes well, I might just start living and start my own company in Dubai. Let's see how it goes.
I might be the first female truck driver to ever drive a semi-truck.
Don't they have like hard laws and rules against like women in Dubai or something like that? Something along those lines, right? Aren't they like, I guess they are allowed to drive, but there are other things that they're like not allowed to do, right? Maybe I'm telling the truth, maybe I'm not entirely sure. I mean, if I were to look up the laws of if I were to look up Dubai laws, I'm sure there's something. I'm sure there's a lot of laws against women. Laws for women. Let me look this up real quick. It's a lot of them. Jesus. It's a lot of laws. Okay. It's a lot of things you can't do as a woman in Dubai. Okay. Rules for women. There are do's and don'ts. My bad, y'all. I'm about to get back to the video. Just give me a second. Okay. Dubai rules for women. Number one, bikinis are okay, but only at beaches. Number two, do not display public affection in public. Do not display affection in public. I don't know why I read that way. Do not drink alcohol in public. Number four, cover your head when entering religious places. Five, carry contraceptives. I'm guessing that has something to do with like, you know, pregnancy and all that. Six, do not, you cannot cross dress in Dubai. Okay, those are just 6 laws. I'm sure there are more, but that's just a reference to this video. Let's keep going.
In Dubai.
Today is officially our last day in Dubai. We're going to go to the mosque and we have to wear the traditional clothing that they wear. We cannot wear dresses,
Just like I just said.
fitted clothes, and, revealing clothes.
But why would you want to go to like a holy place like a mosque and be wearing regular clothes? Even in church, there's a certain way you have to dress. Like, what? Like, did she want to go up there dressed up like a 304 or something? Like, I don't get that. Anyway.
Now look at that. A place where rebellious Western women, where they go and they are forced to respect themselves. They are forced to put on clothes. They are forced to be respectful to others and carry themselves as a feminine woman. If not, they could suffer serious consequences. And unfortunately, this woman right here, she messed around and had to find out in Dubai. This is Tiara Allen, also known as the Sassy Trucker. She's an over-the-road truck driver in America, a trucking influencer. You know, it's really a whole segment of these women. They get into trucking, they get these BBLs, they wear these tight clothes.
I bet you anything she got an OnlyFans. Bet you anything she got an OnlyFans. I'm just waiting on her to say it. I bet you anything she got an OnlyFans. It ain't no way she don't got an OnlyFans.
They're bending over online, doing these pre-trips and post-trips, or they stop to the truck stop to get fueled up, and they're bending over at the fuel pump, trying to get all the men's attention that's around them, because trucking for the longest, since forever, it's a male-dominated profession. But in recent years, we have a lot of females come into the industry. In my opinion, they have not made the industry better. And yes, I'm talking about this trend where females are running around in Magic City uniforms, looking like they just left the club 6 o'clock in the morning, frolicking around the truck stops, all around the yards and trucking companies, shippers, receivers, talking about their truck drivers now. It's like a whole 304 segment of some sort of female trucker OnlyFans. City girls are everywhere now. They're in every...
Pink Book Lessons be going in on these women, man. It's crazy. Yo, shout out to Pink Book Lessons, man. Shout out to Pink Book Lessons, because she be going in, man. She don't give a damn. I love her because she be talking reckless like this on men and women, bro. Like, but mostly the women, bro. Like, she be going in.
Every industry, from the boardrooms to the classrooms to the highways. But hey, that's a whole nother lesson for another day. Right now though, we're talking about the Sassy Trucker. It appears that she went over to Dubai being sassy, and now she could be facing serious consequences for doing that. Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. The word of the day is respect. You Western flamingos don't know how to respect yourself and respect others. But while you're flocking to these other countries, especially countries in the East, you females better learn how to respect the laws of the land. Respect. If you're watching right now, type respect below in the comments. The Sassy Trucker is a 29-year-old trucking influencer, San Diego native residing in Houston. Thousands follow her on TikTok. Lots of men that's all.
She from the crib. From the crib, man. Wow. That's I didn't know that there was a trend of females getting into trucking. I mean, I knew that they're like, you know, of course, like maybe back in like, it's been a while now, like maybe like since like 2018, there's been like this surge and boom in like, you know, the trucking industry, because, you know, all it takes is just getting a CDL and finding a company that is able to, you know, hire you on just, you know, straight off the rip or whatever. And, or, you know, owning your own truck, so all you have to do is just take the loads and go to whichever state or whichever local part of the whichever local city that you have to go to. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's the way it goes. But yeah, I didn't know that. I knew about the surge of people, young people who wanted to be truckers, but I didn't know there was a surge with the, females, especially like, the way she said it, 304s wanting to be truckers and everything like that. I didn't even know that.
Also in the trucking industry, she shares posts like this one, her standing in front of a truck with the caption, "Get you a lady that drives big trucks." Or stretching routines where she's bending over, showing parts of her behind, telling truck drivers, I'm talking about a bunch of men, to remember to stretch. Just a lot of thirst traps.
You know exactly what
Here's
doing.
One of her latest messages from June 2023. She said, "Your soulmate could live in a different country." Well, the sassy trucker went to Dubai. Why? Because everybody's going to Dubai now. It's a hot spot, especially for black women. Although, personally, ladies, you really need a masculine man to accompany you to a place like the UAE.
No, it makes me even wonder, like, did she even do her research before deciding to, like, go there? Like, did she even check the law? Because, like, the laws are kind of, the laws are a certain way over there. Just like she said in the beginning of the video, respect. These different countries don't subscribe to the Western way of things. So I mean, did she do any research before she decided to just go to a place like Dubai? Probably not.
Whatever, I do what I want.
Okay, whatever, go ahead, but hey, that's me. I'm not going to Dubai without the mister, and I don't recommend single women being over there alone or with other single women. You're not in the US. Things are very
that's
different.
How crimes happen.
And it looks like that's what the sassy trucker is finding out the hard way. It's a frightening situation to be in, but ladies, please learn something from this, or it could happen to you too. It's safe to say that she won't find her soulmate in Dubai, but she was over there, got involved in some sort of rental car accident or collision. She was a passenger. Her friend was the driver. She went to the rental car company to get her ID and some personal belongings that she left in the car, and she ended up getting into a dispute with the man working at the counter. Now the sassy trucker was arrested and charged, and she cannot leave the country.
On Fox, the last 2 months are described as terror. Keith joining us live near downtown Houston with why she's being held. Donnelly.
Well, the crime she's charged with may surprise you, and Dubai is increasingly becoming a vacation spot for a number of Houston women. One who's there right now, according to her social media page, is trying to get back to the Bayou City, but according to her mom, her passport has been confiscated because she was charged with screaming in public.
Dang.
It also could result in prison time.
So she's in jail for screaming at the rental car guy, the person who owned, which I'm assuming is a man. They're like, hell nah, you're not gonna be up in our country screaming at a man, and you a female? Nah, you going to jail. Damn, that's tough. Like, it doesn't make it any better that they got into an accident with the rental car, and then went there to get her belongings and everything like that, which is, getting your belongings is fine. I mean, you're in another country, you don't want to lose all of that, but like the extra stuff, the screaming, I wonder what they were even arguing about. Goodness, how could that have been prevented? Maybe should have got like a tour guide or something, a male tour guide, so just to prevent that, or somebody that could like talk the language of the natives there, or the locals there. Like, now you find yourself here in this very, very terrible situation. That is tough.
so it's very scary.
The trip turned terrifying for Tiara Young Allen when her mom says she was a passenger in a friend's rental car and they got into an accident there in Dubai. Tina Baxter says when her daughter went to the company to retrieve her ID, credit card, and other items left in the rental, Baxter says it did not go well.
She found out that she could only receive those items if she paid an undisclosed amount of money.
Oh.
She dealt with a very aggressive individual, a young man there who was...
Baxter says her 29-year-old daughter ultimately yelled back at the rental car agent, she says, resulting in her being charged for screaming there in Dubai.
And so she is in jail for one reason and one reason alone. She raised her voice. In that country, a female is not even allowed to raise her voice. If she raises her voice, it's punishable by jail time.
It's been very...
System that is really based on theocracy.
This website warns, quote, laws and customs are very different, so be aware of your actions to ensure they don't offend while in United Arab Emirates. Now, after Baxter says her daughter was charged with screaming in Dubai, her passport has been taken, and the American social media influencer who works as a truck driver can't leave the UAE, according to her mom. And her mom says she's been placed under a travel ban pending the outcome of the investigation.
It's very frightening. The longer she's been there, the more reality has started to kick in.
In our opinion, she did not commit a crime. Don't punish women for doing the same thing a man can do in Dubai.
Here's the thing, Quinnell. Here's the thing, Quinnell, about opinions. You can't tell another country how to react. Just like how you can't tell somebody you can't tell a country how to react. That's their laws. That's their laws. She should have followed the laws. You know, unfortunately, she is in this predicament that she's in. You know, just like any other American that has gone to Dubai and didn't understand or know the rules, like, or going to any other country and just going to the country and not knowing that, hey, they have customs and ways that they live that are not Western, that are not American, like, and you have to look that up before you decide to go. You have to make sure that you not just, you know, like, you gotta do some real deal boots to the, like really do your knowledge, right? Like, and she didn't do that. Evidently, she didn't do that. She didn't learn how to, like, try to, you know, respect ways of that country. She just went about it like any other, like she was still in America or something. So I mean, you know, hey, this is really a tough situation. This is looking like a Brittany Griner situation right now, honestly. Yet again, another Houston person is in another country and is stuck there right now. That's crazy. We just got away from the Brittany Griner situation, and now there's another one. Another Texas, another person from Houston, like, or Texas, is stuck in another country for doing something that would be considered normal here.
Now, the 29-year-old does now have an attorney there in Dubai, and her mom says she's told that she could face jail time because there is surveillance video of her screaming. Now, we have reached out to the U.S. and the UAE embassies.
Dang.
Will government officials step in and give her assistance? I'm still awaiting responses. Reporting live near downtown Houston, I'm Damalie Keith, Fox 26 News.
Black women, American women, Western women. Dubai won't let you get away with what you get away with in the United States. The talking crazy and cursing, causing public disturbances. You know all that you can get away with in New York City and LA, but not Dubai. Dancing in Magic City uniforms, popping thought pockets, calling it culture. Y'all can get away with that in Atlanta and Trinidad or the Puerto Rican Day Parade, but y'all not getting away with that in Dubai. Running up on men, talking flip at the mouth. Talking about BAN-word this and that, like y'all do in Memphis and Houston. Y'all not doing none of that in Dubai. You know, all this freedom that we have, You are not going to have it anywhere else. And honestly, you shouldn't. I think we condone too much crap over here anyway. And no, not just in America, Western culture. Western culture has ruined millions of people, and now they think they can waddle their BBLs to the UAE where women still have decorum. And those people, they are not having it. Why? Because they don't want their...
And that takes me back to like another that takes me back to like what she's like talking about is true. Like I think like Americans and or just Western culture, like we don't respect other countries. Like there's a video out there of a guy going to Paris and saying, basically saying that Paris is trash. Basically saying that Paris is trash, Paris is ghetto, and Paris is all of this and all that. It's like bro, like people. He said something along the lines of like, oh, you people save up all your money just to go to a place like this, and he was showing all around, like he went everywhere in Paris. He even went to the Eiffel Tower and just said that it was dirty, it was stinky, it was ghetto. Like it's nothing different from where you live in America. Like we just don't have any. I just feel like as Americans, like American people just don't have any sense of culture, any like real sense of culture. We just go off the perception of what we see on the internet and what we see on television. Like there's no sense of culture, bro.
There are women influenced by this trash. This hood bopper mentality, like the one that's praised over here in the West, that ruined our image as black women. And yes, I say ruined, because like I've said plenty of times before, our grandmothers, great-grandmothers, great-great-grandmothers right here in America, they were not like this. Pull up the pictures from our American ancestors, and those women looked respectable. They respected themselves. They respected their men. They respected their families. You know, people like the Turners of Atlanta. And side note, if you missed that story, definitely check that one out today. I'll leave the link below. But yeah, we have real families and communities. And some people are saying, well, she just screamed. That's not putting hands on somebody. And that's what it is now for this ridiculous behavior. People are not yelling and acting crazy over there. You don't see stupid road rage incidents like what we see over here in New York City or Atlanta or DC. And the sassy trucker, no, they do not want you moving over there, starting a trucking company, and being what you said will be the first female to drive there. They do not want that. They leave those jobs to the men.
To be completely honest with you, how she got away with driving at this point right here, like I'm surprised a police officer didn't like stop her over there. I'm surprised she didn't get stopped by a police officer driving a truck. Like what the hell are you doing in that truck? Like you're not supposed to be there.
Feminine women, not trucker ladies. They want women to take care of themselves, their families, their men, and not run around with this confused baby bop bimbo babble that we hear over here, where y'all like to say you're feminine and masculine females at the same time. Or the crazy concepts y'all made up like alpha female. They do not want that over there, and I don't blame them. Or let them disrespectful birds like the ones who went over there to Ghana at the castle. Yeah,
that was
hot
crazy.
girl summer over there in Dubai. I'm telling you, all the stuff that you see in the public over here, if they try that over there, it's not going to end well. Make sure you're not ignorant. Learn a little bit about the culture and the people before you go over there visiting. Be respectful, be logical. That's why I say you really shouldn't go without a masculine man, because sometimes women get emotional, flustered, and don't know how to control themselves. So yes, you need a competent chaperone, a man, to make sure you make it out of the Middle East alive or free from detention. Now, you ghetto rebellious hood rats, I am not about to argue with you about this in the comments. This is something that you should have learned from your mama. As for the sassy trucker, she said that she's been taking a break from trucking since last year. She's been able to take trips without working now for a long time, and she spoke about being fired because she reported someone at her...
You know what I'm saying? Oh man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, tossing some cash, you know what I'm saying? Something like that.
On some Me Too situation.
I was working for an exotic car hauling company out of Florida. The owner of the company reached out to me on Instagram and said he found me on YouTube. He said he was hiring truck drivers for a car hauler position, and he thought I would be a good fit for the company. I've always wanted to haul cars, so I thought this would be fun, especially hauling exotic cars. Everything was going good until I told him that I was being sexually harassed by the other employees that worked for the company. I spoke to my boss and his wife about the sexual harassment and disrespect I was going through in the workplace. And I spoke to him about me being underpaid, and I also wasn't getting the proper rest because the manager Sheldon would call me during the time I would be sleeping. I also told them I wasn't being treated fairly. I also informed them the manager Sheldon gets upset when I don't want to work illegally past my driving hours. Sheldon also discussed my work performances with other drivers. He would say things like, "She is a female. We should fire her because she is a woman working a man's job and she's not strong enough to do the work."
And I will say this, I do not feel sorry for her last boss. According to her, he reached out to her from seeing her on YouTube and offered her a job, him and his wife, and she ended up Me Tooing some guys in the company. So no, I do not feel sorry for the company at all, because you don't hire these women at your company talking about driving no truck. That's not smart. And whatever happens to you and your company after you brought her into an environment that's not even meant for her, that's your fault.
Damn.
I also don't feel sorry for the women either, because you shouldn't even be there to be complaining in the first place. Now, I do think that the sassy trucker, she's going to get through this situation, but hopefully she learns from it. I doubt that'll happen though, because Quanell X and her mom, they're really acting like something and not.
I was gonna say I'm shocked and surprised Quinell X didn't turn it into like a black versus black versus South Asian type of situation. Oh yeah, they're being racist. You know, I'm surprised that's not what this is, because Quinell X tends to do that sort of thing because he's an activist for our people. So he tends to go to that section. But I'm surprised when I seen the interview just now, he didn't say anything about that.
Not a person who did something to be in that position. I also don't believe we know the real full story, because of course they're not going to tell it. It's pretty normal. If you commit a crime in another country, you have to stay there, at least until they figure out what they're going to do with you. So yeah, she'll be back in the States at some point. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Let me know what you think about this. American women going over to Dubai. We have one here that's accused of getting out of line, and she got arrested. Special thank you to Brady. I appreciate you, Brady, for all of your support.
I mean, just like she said, she didn't do the proper research. She didn't decide to go with a male, like a strong male that could be with them. So if something like this happened, it could have been been stopped and de-escalated before it got to a point of her being thrown in custody of UAE police, and possibly even getting convicted for yelling because she was a female. So yeah, she'll make it out of this, but only time will only time will tell. Only time will tell if she learns from said thing that happened. You know what? Y'all just give me a second. Just give me a second. I'll be right back. Second. Be right back. Ah. All right, sorry. I'm back. And we're just gonna go on to the next story. Let me see here. So Boosie and his daughter are having quarrels. Just gonna get into that real quick. Let's see here.
A child who disrespect her father like.
All right, so hold on. We're just gonna start with this. Basically, Boosie and excuse me, Boosie and his daughter had something. I guess he had got his daughter a car. All right, let me read this real quick. Let me read this. Oops. Hold on. Didn't mean to do that. All right, so he took like a car. He took like a car that he had gotten for his daughter for her birthday, from what I'm to believe, and he basically took the car back from her. Let me see. Okay, so it says, who gives their daughter a car? Take it back. On top of that, give her a color she don't even like because you not father enough to remember the little ish about your daughter. And I'm guessing that's the mother. Alright, and don't want me. It says, own daughter. Nigga took the car back just cause I left from ATL to help my mom, who damn near lost her life in a car wreck. But that's y'all favorite rapper though. I can really run it how he be. Nigga don't want me to air it out. Wow, that's crazy. Okay.
I don't wanna hit it, ain't that still your dad? Who do that? Ain't my daddy, he's a bitch, pure bitch.
Wow.
That's not in my blood, never been. No hoe ever beat me up. Yeah, none of no.
Why are you talking like that about your daddy? That's still your daddy at the end of the day. Why are you talking like that towards your daddy though? Like that's, I don't care how you know, like kids and their parents, like it doesn't matter how much of a quarrel it is. I can only imagine that this girl is like maybe like, you know, maybe 18, maybe 17, 18, 19 years old. But it's like, you don't ever fix your face to talk to your parents or talk to your father or talk to your mother that way. That's absolutely ludicrous, to even say the least. To call Boosie your father. The B word. That's crazy. That's crazy. And you know, you can just tell that Boosie is somebody who takes care of all of his kids, no matter what. Damn.
No hoe never knocked me out. Yeah, none of that. Yeah, don't. Ain't nobody ever beat me up. Yeah, let's talk about it. Then one thing I ain't finna do is finna I don't even Instagram beefing with about to be 40 or something like that, cause he lied about his age so much.
It's crazy. It just sound like the mother of the child is like really in her ear about things, and you know that makes me point back to like, that makes me point back to how it is with, you know, when you know you're co-parenting a child, you know, most times it's a situation where the father has left, or you know the father is not in the life of the child, and you know the mother does everything they can to badmouth it doesn't even have to be a thing of like a father. It can also be, you know, the mother taking care of the child by herself is a common thing in our community. father taking care of child, not so much, but it's. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's not. It's not as well something that happens, but for the most part, it's the woman taking care of the, the mom taking care of, and the father, stepping away and not being there for the child that they produced with the woman. So um, it does always get to this point of, you did me wrong, and being with me for however long you were with me, and then bailing on me when I had a child. Um, so, and then it produces this angst of hatred that you pass down to the child, and then even if the father is doing everything he can to see the child, or or the mother is doing everything she can to see the child, the amount of hatred the one parent who has been taking care of the child since they were born has against that other person goes to the kid, and then the kid starts bad mouthing you, talking mess to you, publicly airing you out, you know, so on and so forth. And sometimes it could be for good reason, because they needed you at a certain point. They needed you, that love that they couldn't get from the other parent. They needed that attention. At the end of the day, this is all for attention. This is all to seek validation, and then money is involved here. This is another thing. Boosie is famous. Money is involved here. Uh, Famous rapper. You know, get her. Boosie, I'm sure, gets that daughter of his anything she wants, and it's just like, now you look hella ungrateful. This is how I'm psychoanalyzing the situation. She looks ungrateful, and this it is what it is right now. So right here, what does it say? Says nigga wanted me to ride around in a old bubblegum ass car and got mad because I changed it. B, it ain't my fault you got homophobia. He got you a pink colored car because you're a girl. He thought you would like the color. It's crazy. And then you go and change it. It's absolute insanity. You can't just accept the gift that I gave you as your father. Like any teenager, any young adult, any young teenager being gifted a Benz would be in love with it. Like any female, like young female, would be in love with the fact that their father got them a Benz at all. Like, forget about the color. Like, a Benz at all. Like, come on. Like, bruh. Ungrateful. Okay. And then she says here, and that's not my daddy. He don't deserve the title. You a fan or support him? GTF. Off my page. I don't F around. Every time I try to give this nigga the benefit of the doubt or give him a chance to be a dad, he F's it up. So yeah, that's no longer my dad. All of that ish dead. Don't label me as no Boosie daughter. Hey, that's crazy. It's crazy. This is absolutely crazy. This is crazy, but at the same time, it is what it is, man. Okay, and then it's the fact that she going rah rah on social media. To me, it's just kind of like, come on, bro. I don't care about all of that. You need to post this. You don't need to post this. People want to see you down. Woo the woo. Oh, she's trying to say whoop de woo. None of that phased me, because okay, yes, I'm mad because that was my car, but It's the fact nigga's supposed to be a father, but nigga never had a father to be one. So IG, I understand, but still don't front on social media or to people like you're the father of the year, because you not. It's nigga with no money and a better father than you. So she's kind of coming into understanding, but still, it's still coming off as like, I don't. I get what y'all are saying, but I don't. I still don't give a damn. You know, y'all don't know how he's treated me as his daughter. And I get that. That, you know, there's two sides. There's two sides to every story. You know, there are things that we don't know about this daughter of his. You know, that we more than likely see that more that, you know, most of the public would see from his other kids. So it's like, you know, there's two sides to every story, man. Man, she's really saying a lot, man. She's really expressing herself. It says, don't know HOE run in my blood. My mama blood run all through me. Like, she damn near made me herself. Torrance just a sperm donor that ain't my father. Don't act like one never did. Only acted like one when he knew props was going to be given, or just for social media. Old social media loving ass. I hate niggas. Damn, man. I was never big on him having money. Well, not the way you acted. I don't know. If perception is the definition of what we're analyzing here, it don't. I don't know right now. It says I was never big on him having. She misspelled, but I get it. I was never big on him having money or materialistic ish. So him being a loss is nothing to me. He been a B and gonna stay a B. Really mad at myself for giving him another chance to be a dad. He hoe and gonna stay a hoe. And that's why he'll never be labeled as my father, cause don't know hoe run in my blood. F wrong. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Damn. Hate to see stuff. You hate to see stuff like this, man. Damn. It's crazy. Nigga give his B the world and can't even support his own kids. Old tender. Wow. She rich. Can't even support his own kids. Old tender D. Loving, stunting for the gram ass nigga. I could really air buku ish out, but I'm gonna be humble. I think she was trying to say boosie ish out, but I'm gonna be humble before I tarnish a nigga career. Damn. Wow. I would understand if Boosie just said, I'm never gonna talk to her now. I'm never gonna talk to my daughter again, man. It's crazy. It just sounds like she's selfish and hard headed here. That was the last post. I'm blessed and gonna stay blessed. I ain't Boosie daughter. I'm God's child. And then she quotes, let me see if I can like zoom in on that a little bit so I can see. She's quoting, let me see here. See if I can. That's Deuteronomy. Is that 29:7? Deuteronomy 29:7, because I can't see it from here. So let me just look up that Bible verse that she quoted. Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 28:7. That's what it says right there. You know, when people quote Bible verses, it's just after you like for real just got through just like dragging your father. It's crazy. Okay. Deuteronomy 28:7 says, "The Lord shall cause the enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways." After all of that, you go and quote a Bible verse. I don't know, man. Quoting a Bible verse is crazy. Reason being is just you know, I'm not here to step on this young lady, but quoting a Bible verse is crazy because in that same exact Bible that you quoted a Bible verse, there's also a commandment that says you should honor thy mother and thy father. So it's very conflicting when you're quoting a Bible verse and you're breaking a law in the Bible. You know, these two are canceling out each other. The Bible verse and the commandment is canceling out each other. So it's an oxymoron at the end of the day. But we continue. Now we're gonna go to Boosie's response. Because you know Boosie is always gonna talk his talk, man.
A child who disrespect her father like not a daddy, her father.
I mean, I think a father and a daddy are the same thing. But continue.
She got to deal with God for that.
Yes. Yeah,
I done wash my hands.
Sound like
I done wash my hands with him. Can't get nothing from me.
Damn, 7. So he got 8 kids? God, wait. Dang, man. You got a lot of kids. A hell of a lot of kids, man. Goodness. That made me scared, man. Scared to have my first child, bro. Yeah, this man is at a loss for words right now. I ain't gonna lie to you, and I feel him. I feel that, man. It's just I'm sure he's just I'm sure he's just like in a sort of way just disappointed. You know, in a sort of way he's just disappointed in one of his kids. You know what I mean? But I'm sure this will blow over. I feel like the whole thing between him and his daughter will blow over. You know, it's just a show for attention. You know, whether or not she wants to admit that. That's what it is. And then of course, you know, Boosie as a man, you know, he has an image. He has an image to protect. And then also at the same time, it's just like as a man, it's like it's a respect thing, you know. Like I demand respect from you as a child because you know I'm your father, regardless of however whatever. At the end of the day, mothers and fathers make up with their children all the time. So it's like it's not exactly in the situation or vein of like 50 Cent and his that one child that his one son that he and him don't have a good relationship at all, you know. But it just seems in that kind of vein a little bit. But you know, they seem to have like been close to each other at some point, and now I feel like it's a blow over, man. It'll blow over. It'll blow over. Yeah, he just looks disappointed. Lost for words, man.
I ain't tripping. I know it's no truth in none of that. I'm a deadbeat.
Crazy.
A she. A she.
I mean, but celebrities kids be wildin'. No, let's just be real.
A she, not me.
Celebrities kids just be wildin'.
I wasn't a deadbeat on Father's Day.
Rappers
on my
kids
day.
just be wildin'.
Never been a deadbeat.
Yeah, you can just see it. Bro.
I was trying to raise that girl. Right? I had that girl going to private schools in Alpharetta. Straight A's.
No glazing at all.
She had
bro.
white friends.
Just
A's.
off of perception.
A mama is a powerful bro.
Yeah, see?
A mama, boy.
Mm-hmm.
With evil in them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's usually how it goes. The parent that they've been with the most is who they gonna go with. That's usually how it goes. Listen, I was raised in a single parent household. It's not like for a lot of times my dad wasn't in my life. But one thing about it is my mother never actually talked bad about him. She did say yes, he did have his faults. He did have, there was a time, there are things that he did that I wish he didn't do. We could have really been a family and everything like that. But things happen and people change, and it is what it is. It happened how it happened, and even with all that happening, this how you know God is moving. God was always with my mom, and God was always with me, and he was always with both of us. Like, my mother never really took the time to really down him in my ear and say, oh, he's a terrible human being, oh, da 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 da, this, that, and the third. Oh, he's your father is this, your father is that. No, she never really did that. Even when he didn't come and see me. He didn't reach out to call me or anything like that. She never talked bad about him. She never talked bad about him, and that's how you know God is. God was always in control of God was always with my mom. God was always with my mom. Of course, I had my moments when I was mad at him. I didn't. It was like an on and off thing with me and my dad. So I can totally understand this whole entire situation, except for the fact that it's the way it's different is that my dad wasn't no millionaire or anything like that. And Boosie is a famous rapper, has multiple kids. My multiple children by different, I don't really want to put his business out there, but that, just to pale in comparison with the two. So, but I totally understand where, the side of Boosie as a father and the side of the daughter. People say things when they're absolutely positively angry, pissed, whatever you want to call it. So it's just, I understand on both sides, even though I'm not a father at all. But I can look through the lens of a father through friends and in different situations, including my situation.
I'm gonna pray for him, bro. That's one thing I am. I'm a father.
Yeah, he's definitely hurt. He's for sure hurt. Definitely hurt. There's only so much you can do. She young. She young. I mean, I feel yeah, like I said, I feel like I'm a little. It ain't nothing to it. You know, he really looks hurt. Probably high and tired as well. But that's besides the point. Hopefully they reconcile and just get over from that. Obviously the internet is gonna always never let you forget that. Hey, you did argue with your daughter online and everything like that. So on to the next, bro. Let me see here. See, I'm do some reactions real quick. See, do some reactions. I don't know if I could like split this up, or maybe I could just do some. Nah, I feel like I'll take forever to do that. I feel like I'll take forever to do that. I'll probably just do it. I should probably just do all my reactions on here. I mean, let me see here. Still got some other stories I could probably look up real quick. See here. See what we got. Pull up Instagram real quick. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is one I wanted to talk about right here. This right here is crazy, bro. This right here is crazy. Hold up. This story. No, there are actually two stories I want to talk about real quick. There are definitely two stories I want to talk about real quick. Let's see. Shout out to Dom is live. I don't feel like people give him enough credit for his work that he does. Shout out to him. Let's see here. A couple. Where's it at? Where is it at? I thought I seen it. Where is it at? I saw that same story I just saw that I got saved up here. See. I just saw it. Okay, it's this story, but I can't. I thought I seen. Okay, so it says Black and Hispanic New Yorkers who failed their teacher's test have been blessed with $1.8 billion settlement because of discrimination. This man was paid, I believe that's $2 million. $2 million along with 254 others who failed the test. Like, okay, so it says I don't know if there's a say cheese somehow they didn't put a shout out to say cheese. They didn't put like an actual like article up here for me to read or anything like that. But I mean, damn, I wish I lived in like, bro, I wish I lived in I wish I lived in New York right now. Jesus. They out here, New York out here giving away millions of dollars, bro. Between New York and California, I don't know who giving out more money. New York is giving out money for teachers who are being profiled against, black and brown people who are getting profiled against, and then I believe, if I'm not mistaken, California, they got the whole reparations thing going on. I think in like San Francisco or something like that. I can't remember. I seen like an article for it. So yeah, New York and California just giving out money, and then not to even add on to the California thing, they I believe it was something along the lines of like people who are immigrants in California were getting like free money too. So it's like, damn. But the cost of living in California is crazy. So I don't even understand how that's working right now. But we're just gonna look at this video, see what they talking about with this New Yorkers that are black and Hispanic who they'll test. Let's see what they're talking about.
In phone calls, and I wasn't taking that serious. And that was nice. The lady, the lawyer said it was very nice, and they knew I wasn't taking them serious because I just wasn't taking them serious. You know, would you send me letters and tell me about lawsuit? Because I know a lawsuit either they'll go through or they won't go through. You know, well, not in education, but they went through lawsuits and they didn't win or anything like that. So to me, it's like fabric. You know, but it's when I finally got it in my head, they kept pushing and kept explaining things piece by piece until I sort of got it in my head and just listened to them, and it went from there.
Okay.
But still today, I don't really believe it. But you know, and you know,
you don't believe you getting actual you don't believe you actually getting millions of dollars? Like, bro, you tripping. Goodness. So let me see if I can find something in the comments, because they didn't really say Cheese didn't really give me the information for real. It says the internet is free. It takes 5 minutes to look this up and educate yourself. This lawsuit has been going on since 1994. Okay, thank you, Nessa from Instagram. Thank you, Nessa from Instagram, for basically explaining this. Okay, so this has been going on since 1994. All right, finally, NYC stopped fighting it and decided upon a payout. The teaching exam test was biased, and black and Latino teachers were only passing at a 50% rate compared to whites at 90+%. Some teachers who failed were still allowed to teach in the classroom, but they were paid reduced salaries and denied benefits. That's crazy. $2 million seems like a lot of money, but it's not if you do the math. In NYC, a teacher can make $100,000 a year. After 20 years, that's $2 million. You have to account for interest and inflation also. Okay. That makes sense. So these people were basically getting paid what they were already going to get paid if they became teachers, and were making the $100,000 a year with benefits and all that. Okay, so, and then of course they live in New York, so they live in high price of living or whatever. Now that starts to make sense. All right, so last time I was on here, but I still feel like it's a W anyway, because hey, I still feel like it's a W. That's just me. That's what I think. So last time I was on here, I was talking about the Island Boys and them locking lips and everything like that or whatever. And so they basically responded to everything that was happening. And they said, we're both straight males and kissing is not counted as a sexual act. Who told you that? Who said that to y'all? Who told y'all that? Did you even think when you were typing this? Like, what are y'all on, bro? Like, are y'all even like comprehending what y'all are typing? It's not a sexual act. That's crazy. Not a sexual act is crazy. And that it's been making their OnlyFans subscriber count go up. That's crazy. Well, they probably want to see you guys do more of that. That's probably why the OnlyFans subscriber count is going up. But anyways, Fly Soldier says they decided to post the clip because they wanted to see how effed up this world is, and pointed out that the attention they've been getting doesn't compare to his community outreach. Here he go. Here he go talking about philanthropy. Like nigga, he's sitting up here talking about philanthropy. Shut up. Y'all kissed each other on video, bro. Who like, first of all, when it comes to philanthropy, no person should be like recording video of doing something good for a poor person, for a less fortunate person. That should be out of the goodness of your heart. You should never want to go and record yourself doing something good for somebody that's less fortunate. That should be from your heart, and you shouldn't be trying to look for any attention with that. There's enough of that in the world already. Why should you be part of the part of the statistic? Sitting up there recording yourself doing a good deed. No, you should just do it from your heart. Put the damn camera away and just do it. Who cares about that? But you know, obviously, since they have a little bit of juice as far as like fame goes, they decided they probably recorded once or twice or maybe multiple times themselves. I think anybody who records theirself doing good deeds of service, recording theirself doing that, I think that is lame. Lame as hell. It's not coming from your heart. It's just you want some sort of attention for that. Basically saying is now since y'all couldn't get attention for doing good deeds, y'all decided to kiss each other in the mouth. That's crazy. That's wild, bro. Tripping, man. I ain't. That's crazy. Let me keep reading. Adding that he's been sharing clips for months of him giving back to his community, but then took it down because no one seemed to care. Like I said, nobody's paying attention to that. Nobody's paying attention to it because, first of all, they probably not paying attention to it because you're not doing it. You're not doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for yourself. You're not doing it from your heart. You're just doing it because you want eyeballs on your content. I would never. I don't care how much money I make in this life. If I ever decide I want to go and do good deeds for the less fortunate, I'm never gonna. Never. I don't care how famous I am. Never. Prince, musician, one of the greatest musicians that's ever lived. There's not one time you can find where he was on video at doing community service because he didn't want nobody seeing him doing it. I'm sure there's many celebrities out there who they don't want nobody to see them doing the good deeds that they do. They just want to do it and go on about their day. Why? Because they're doing some. I'm not gonna say all of them, but some are doing that out the kindness of their heart. Smile. They love to see children, happy and just they just have good hearts. They just have good hearts. Not every celebrity, but a good amount of them have good hearts, and they doing it out the goodness of their heart. So it's like to even respond in this way is just make y'all look crazy. Make y'all look hella crazy. You know what I'm saying? Makes them look crazy. But this is another thing that's going viral on the internet right now. Rapper Sexy Red, Femc Sexy Red, performing at a high school. I guess like it was a high school in her hometown or whatever. Yeah, just take a look at this. Yeah, I just wanted to stick to. I don't know if like YouTube's gonna be like on my head about this, but yeah.
Everything shut down. Go sit back down. Everybody, y'all just messed it up. Everybody go sit back down. I told y'all don't come on this court. I told y'all do not come on this court. Hey, get back.
I mean, what you expect though? How many times do these how many times does this, is this a high school, middle school? What is it? I don't know, is this a high school or middle school or I don't know what it is, but How many you like? It's just like if Drake went to like Drake went and performed at his like old high school, right? It don't matter what the principal say, assistant principal, whatever, right? Them kids gonna get up from them bleachers and come all the way down to that floor where he at, even though it's like mad. I'm sure Drake have mad security. Kids don't listen, bro. Who do you expect? Kids do not listen when they, when it comes to things like this. Like this is probably most of them kids' favorite artists. Most of the girls there, this is probably their favorite artist. You expect them to just be quiet? No. And then another thing, let me go back and play it again. The middle finger, she throwing up throwing up the middle finger and throwing up the blood set is crazy at a high school. Her throwing up the blood set at a school, middle school, high school, whatever this is. I'm sure this is a high school. Is crazy. That's wow. That's crazy. Nah, that's wild. They wildin'. She wildin'. She wildin'. Ooh, she wildin'. Ooh, she bang. I don't know why that came up in my head, but she wildin'. Throwing up the blood set is crazy. Throwing up the blood set at the high school is crazy. Oh my goodness, bruh. That's crazy. The worst thing they could have did was bring this woman to their high school. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. And she's supposed to is she supposed to be like a role model to these kids? That's crazy. I wonder what they thought was gonna happen. School was thinking when she was gonna come there. Y'all had to know they was gonna act a plump fool when she came, man. Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy. That's hella crazy, man. It's hella crazy, bro. Hella crazy, man. Man. I know the teachers I know the faculty at this school ain't never gonna forget this day. Ain't gonna never forget that day, man. Goodness. That is crazy. I'm not hating on her or anything like that, but yeah, throwing up the blood set at a high school is just shades of ratchetness, man. Ratchet. But anyway, we're gonna move on from that, man. See here. Okay, so this is another one. I don't know how true this is or anything like that, but Houston allegedly has a syphilis outbreak of 128% in women. Says here, the Houston Health Department has reported a syphilis outbreak with an increase of 128% among women in the city and a 9-fold increase of congenital cases in Houston and the surrounding Harris County area since 2019. This has got to be the most random piece of news, random piece of information that you can't confirm or deny is true, which I'm gonna find out myself, because this has got to be the most, sometimes just these blog places, they just be putting, and you never know if it's real or not. So I'm gonna do us both justice, whoever is watching. If anybody's watching me, if nobody's watching me, still cool. Anyway, but I'm gonna look at it myself just to see if it's even real. You know, we gotta go through the right type of publications to see if this is real. Let's see, because okay, this is actually real news. Okay. Let's check with the CDC. That's the place you go when you're looking up things like this. So I'm gonna go CDC with it. Let me see here. When last did they do surveillance of this? So they last did so the CDC last did surveillance and or I guess collected information on this back in April 3, which is obviously this year, back in April. So but I believe that was just yeah. So this is actually news. This is actually news. So I mean, it's crazy though because that just means hella nasty out here in Houston. You can't go out. You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing, man. Like it's a lot of like laying down and trading of bodies, trading of fluids going on here in Houston and making us out to be like hella nasty. when this this is more than likely maybe a low number. Compared to somewhere like California or New York or Miami probably got way higher numbers than this. I mean, but we're in a culture of like we're in a culture where I ain't gonna lie, hoochie culture is like taking over, and it's in the music, and F nigga free, all that stuff. Hoochie culture and ratchet culture is just dominating, and I wouldn't be surprised if this was actually the number it was, because a lot of people aren't safe out here, trying to prevent themselves from doing all of that. Some people will say it's women keep themselves together and get themselves tested as much as possible, and some will say men, on the other hand, some will say that hey, men don't really care to go to the doctor and get themselves checked a lot, so that's what it is. But I mean, I feel like it's just the nastiness is on both sides, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's on both sides, bro. It's a serious issue, and just it's an issue. It's an issue that don't really get talked about a lot. The amount of how do you say it? What is it? What's the way to say it without it sounding like? I'm trying to say it in a smart way. Let me see. What am I trying to say here? Having like regular sex partners with people that you meet online, and people that you meet in person, and stuff like that, without both of y'all going to get tested is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Me personally, I feel like that should be the first date. Go to get tested. Like if you get serious with somebody, like we should just go get tested together. Just to make sure we're both good, and one of us ain't out here, just laying down with everybody. I think that is the nasty. Laying down with everybody is the nastiest thing ever. Like, bro, it's weird. But you know, I don't want to get too serious and be sitting up here talking about that and everything like that. Let's see here. Let me see this too.
Hey.
So basically, pardon me. Basically, a man refuses to split a $4,600 bill due to what was ordered at a five-star restaurant for a ladies' B-day. Who right? Who's wrong? Let's look at it. Take a look at it.
Hey, so I see that video went really viral. The bill was like $4,600. That's why I didn't want to split it. This was a very expensive restaurant. Look, they're even giving hot towels. So I'm finna show y'all the whole video so you can see what actually happened.
Bro, I'm tired of this. It's her birthday.
Like, it's my fucking birthday. Why the fuck should I have to pay for something on my birthday? Right?
Well, first of all, I want to say, like, birthday dinners, that's, I don't know. There should be, y'all should have came together and like talked about like what was going to happen at a birthday dinner. If this was like a dinner where she herself chose to go there, then y'all should all then y'all should all separately pay for y'all own bills. If she decided to go there and then decide that she didn't want to spend no money, but then tell everybody there that like, hey, maybe one of y'all could like get me because like it's my B-day, so on and so forth, then you know that's her fault. Like anybody who does this goofy ass stuff right here is we not going out for your birthday again because you gonna expect one of us to pay for it and you didn't even talk to us prior. I wouldn't go take somebody to. Me personally, you know, if I'm paying for my own meal, I'm paying for my own meal. I'm not about to pay for nobody else's meal unless we discuss this either before we got there or while we're there. You know, it shouldn't become a new thing when we leave or when we're about to leave and they bring the check and now you want to just act like, oh yeah, no. We didn't discuss this.
But what I'm saying is, why would I pay for something I didn't buy? I'm only paying for what's on the check. I'm not splitting the bill, shawty. That's crazy. You expect us to split the bill? You got lamb chop, you got steak, you got some. Look at all that. Look at what all they got. They talking about splitting the bill.
Trying to make somebody at the restaurant crazy.
My thing is, y'all doing too much. Y'all doing way too much. We didn't order all that. But what I'm saying is, I'm not. You can't pay for your food.
If y'all didn't bring money, just say that. Like, I'm paying for my own meal and I'm dipping. That's crazy. Y'all expect somebody to pay for everybody? That's crazy, bro.
What's the point in getting food if you can't pay? Nisha, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Nisha. Woo!
That was absolutely goofy. I was dumb. Y'all probably can't even see it. Let me see. Hold on. My bad, y'all. Y'all probably can't even see it real good. But basically, $4,600 bill. They arguing over who should pay. Who everybody should pay the one bill, but it's like I didn't eat everything that everybody else ate. I ate what I ate, you know, and I just don't think that. I just don't think that's something that's. Yeah, $4,600 is crazy. What restaurant is that? What restaurant is that? You couldn't pay. Like, I would never sit down and pay. Even if I had that type of money, I would never pay that. Never pay no ridiculous price like that for food and services. And then those waiters expect a tip of gratuity on top of whatever the bill is. Crazy. Lamb chops and all that, and nobody decided to discuss anything until the bill came. That's a wild thing, bro. I'm paying for my own food and I'm dipping. That's all it is. I'm paying for my own food and I am dipping. Ain't nothing else, man. I think, matter of fact, there's something I gotta go look for. There's I believe there's like a interview of Drake. Let's go find this interview real quick because he just recently did an interview with some woman, some woman, and they're like in bed doing an interview. So weird, bro. Drake got to have the most random interviews. I'm telling you. He just has some of the most random interviews. He would rather not. Let me see, cause it's making the rounds that like the person out like the pardon me. It's making the rounds that like the people who are like the interviewers, like for instance Elliot Wilson, are not pleased with him going to go do an interview with this Bobby woman. And yeah, I don't know, man. It just seems to be the weirdest thing. Weirdest thing. I don't know if this is. I guess there's no full interview right now. There's no full interview, but there's just like random clips. But I guess this is the. Let me see. There's only one clip going around. This is like, and I seen the clip already. I seen like a clip. I don't know if that's the clip, but it's just a random clip of him. Just a random clip of him talking about how. Random clip of him talking about how asking her if she's like if she knows who Tyga is, and I don't know, man. Some random. It's just one of those random occurrences. Random interview.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy LB. And listen, man, last video of the day, so I had to make sure it's special for you, all right? Drake sits down for a slightly awkward interview with TikTok star Bobby Altoff, all right? I don't know your songs, all right? We're going to basically look at this interview, a little snippet. You guys could watch it. I don't know where you can find it, but you guys could watch it on your own time. Make sure you guys hit the sub button. We on the road to 18,000, and let's look at this little awkward exchange, right?
Yes.
I don't know. Do you have any other questions?
Not really. It's probably best you skedaddle home to be Mother of the Year, right?
Flight home? Are you gonna buy me a flight home?
I can do that. It's the least I can do.
Can it be nonstop?
What is this?
Nonstop.
Was that
What
like
is this? What is this?
Was that like like the song?
No. What song?
The Drake song, Nonstop.
Do you think it's funny when you reference your own song?
No, I thought
people can use that word and it doesn't mean your song.
I just thought that you were ending the interview on a note where you were like, haha, I actually do know your songs.
No.
You were just asking.
I don't know your songs.
Okay. I got excited.
No.
Okay.
I don't know any other questions.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions?
Not really. It's probably best you skedaddle home to.
So this interview was a little bizarre because Drake is in bed with this woman while doing.
What was that? Like, what? Like, what was I watching just now? What was that? It's just the most what seriously? What was that? That is an amount of time I just cannot get back in my life. Like, what the hell was that just now? What is that? I hope this interview doesn't come out, cause that was random. That was random.
All right, says you could skedaddle home and be a woman. You know.
I gotta find a clip of him saying, basically dissing Tyga. Let me see if I can find it. I can't find the interview, but I mean, let's see here. This is apparently the girl that he, Bobby Altoff. Bobby Altoff. Is that how you say her name? The interview's obviously not out yet. Okay. It says interview will be up soon. Let me see here. Okay, so
I don't know any other questions.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions?
Not really. Not really. It's probably best you skedaddle home to be mother of the year, right?
Are you gonna buy me a flight home? Are you gonna buy me a flight home?
I can do that.
okay, so
It's the least I can do.
obviously seen that one already. There's one with him saying stuff about like Tyga. Check that out.
If someone was like, "Oh, have you ever heard Kiki Do You Love Me by like Tyga?"
Yeah.
You would be like, you would fully be convinced.
Absolutely.
There's no, okay.
There's absolutely.
What's your favorite Tyga song?
Is he married to Kylie Jenner? Is that the guy that dated him? He
I
dated
mean,
Kylie
like,
Jenner.
Yeah, maybe like before like the iPhone or something. Like that's such ancient
Does
gossip.
he sing?
Huh?
He raps. He sings.
Yeah. What's your favorite Tyga song?
I don't know who that is.
That's cap.
You want me to play you some Tyga
That's
right
cap.
now?
That's
No.
cap. She knows who Tyga is.
Okay.
You're gonna
The
sit
Tyga disrespect is crazy.
The whole song.
God.
just like a little snippet.
Goodness. Drake said, F that nigga, man. Like, what? Oh, nah. Him playing Rack City is crazy. That's wild, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's straight violation. Violation, man. Violation. And I still don't know who this Bobby woman is. Like, I never heard of her before. But I guess, man. Hopefully, like I said, I'm not gonna go watch it. I'm not gonna go watch it when it comes out because the way it looks, it just looks hella awkward, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That looks hella awkward, and I'd rather not be wasting my time with that. Rather not be wasting my time with all of that. So we just gonna do some reactions. While I'm here, I mean, I was already doing reactions, but I think it's best to come up here, do a couple reactions. One reaction I want to do. Let me see here. There's one I want to do actually. There's one reaction I want to do. Come down here. Oh yeah, the viral rapper that vanished, Rumble. Whatever happened to Rumble, man? What did happen to him? He's the one that sings that I've been blocked from block, squeeze the Glock, about silhouette. Is he getting put on? Yeah. He used to be fired, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He had them joints. He had some joints. Honestly, I don't know what happened, but he definitely just disappeared out of thin air. Honestly, I don't know what happened there. See here. Let's get this situated real quick. And then we're just gonna watch it. React to it real to this, and then just get my thoughts in between it. All right, let's go.
In 2020, Remble was one of the hottest emerging rappers from the West Coast. His career was really taking off, thanks to the help of TikTok and the cosign of another LA-based rapper.
Stink Team.
A majority of people outside of California probably discovered Remble's music
Draggy
through
Ruler.
social media.
Yeah.
But I think Remble's music career was bound to take off either way. But TikTok really just helped to speed up the process.
For real.
By 2021, he had a major label deal, tens of millions of streams, placement on Spotify's Artist to Watch list, and one of the most distinctive, technically impressive vocal styles to come out of the LA scene in years. Remble was at the forefront of rap up until 2022. And the weird thing is, Remble didn't continue to release music and promote himself as he continued to gain popularity.
He must have signed a bad
It's almost like he
contract
did
or
the complete
something.
opposite and vanished from the rap scene just when he was reaching.
Because this is the same exact thing that happened to Mario Judah. He really must have signed a bad contract or something. Somebody must have took his must have got the rights to his music or something, because that's the only way you can explain somebody just disappearing off the face of the earth. That's the only like it's happened before. Some of the people who went up came down so fast and just either disappeared, left music and went to do something else or whatever, you know, like that's usually how it goes.
Peak. If you look at his YouTube channel, you'll see his last upload was in 2021, which is a music video that features Lil Yachty. The video has over 25 million views, so it's not even reasonable to speculate that there wasn't enough demand for his music. But with a closer look, we'd see that Remble's life has been haunted by misfortune since childhood, and hip-hop would bring even more his way. So let's turn back the clock and have a look at Remble's early days and the path that led to his success before trying to understand what happened to him. His real name is Unique Remble, and he was born July 3rd, 2000, in San Pedro, California. His first major misfortune came at 5 years old, when his dad received a life sentence, so he was forced to grow up without his father. He doesn't speak on why his father was convicted, but in the song Gordon Ramsay Freestyle, he raps,
Rats helped my dad get a life sentence. Real foolies with vocals, the time givers. A pen and pad with a smile, you like snitching.
His mother consistently moved their family around when he was younger to try to keep Remble and his siblings away from any trouble. His older brother played a huge role in his music taste growing up, showing him artists like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Chance the Rapper, and Dom Kennedy. When Remble started finding new artists on his own and developing his personal taste in the rap scene around 2015, it wasn't until 2018 that Remble tried rapping himself. His friends had got some equipment and were trying to get into it. At that time, he remembers that Yachty was really making waves, and that's the type of music that his friends were trying to recreate, with heavy auto-tune and singing. But Remble was still mostly inspired by the LA sound that Draco was creating. The first track that Remble recorded in 2018 was titled Fortnite.
You must be tripping on Flocka. You think you Bruce Lee, I promise Chopper gon' stop you. Kicking all this dope, I'm feeling like I'm Big Worm. I don't get bread, must be smoking on Sherm.
He continued to record and make music after this, developing his nonchalant clarity and total breath control that he would later master. Things really started to fall into place for Remble in 2020. After a short period of inactivity, he posted a video of his Ruth's Chris freestyle to Instagram. He tagged Draco the Ruler, who quickly responded with a comment and messaged him about a collaboration. The Ruth's Chris freestyle was released shortly after and credited to Remble and Draco the Ruler as a joint release.
Niggas woofing, I love to drop a new op. Catch you walking to his court, did him like Tupac. I hang out with real killers, that's what you not.
After getting co-signed by one of his favorite artists, Remble went from being a no-name to one of the most exciting new faces in the LA rap scene. This would lead to Draco becoming a mentor for Remble, and he went on to confirm him as a member of his rap group, the Stink Team. Draco admitted in an interview that he tried to sign Remble, although he wanted to sign with a bigger label, and went with Warner Brothers instead. Remble's big break came in mid-2021 when his song Touchable...
Okay, I see that, okay. So, Draco the Ruler tried to sign him to Stink Team, and Remble went to Warner Brothers. I mean, that's a smart decision to make because sometimes when an artist signs to another artist, sometimes the thing of control over your music, that tends to fall in the hands of the artist that you sign to, basically. So I get that.
Went viral on TikTok.
I just tapped his shoulder so I know that he is touchable. Put 30 in my chop and then I turned him to a Huxtable. Came a long way from pre-K.
That Undertaker gong in the song,
Later,
man.
in July of 2021, he released his debut album.
A bunch of his songs was in rotation on
The
TikTok.
album was composed of 13 songs. Its Remble received positive reviews from critics, peaking at number 2 on the Billboard Heat Seekers chart. Then he collabed on a song with Lil Yachty, which also went viral on TikTok in late 2021, which definitely helped to solidify Remble as an artist to watch out for.
When I take the Smith off my hip, you should go inside. You pulled up without your burner, you chose to die. You could be bouncing out the car, but you chose.
But on December 18th, 2021, Remble lost a mentor and friend when Draco the Ruler was murdered. The 28-year-old artist was stabbed at an LA music festival.
The LA Times reporting that 28-year-old Draco the Ruler was the victim of that fatal stabbing.
Since Draco's death almost 2 years ago, Remble's only dropped 3 songs total. The songs hardly had any promotion or any music videos to accompany them. So that leads us to the question, why would someone who's about to break through as a mainstream artist pretty much vanish? It's rumored that after Draco's passing, Remble had a falling out with the remaining members of Stink Team. It's all speculation, but there are theories that this was caused by Remble following rapper YG on Instagram. While this might not seem like a big deal, many people...
Because Stink Team and YG... Actually, not even just Stink Team, Draco was beefing with YG. Goes into more of not even just him beefing with YG. He's also beefing with Inglewood, if I'm not mistaken, because I watched the Trap Lord Ross documentary. He was beefing with Inglewood, and Inglewood is, correct me if I'm wrong, Inglewood is mostly made up of Bloods, and I believe that is that may or may not be where the hood where YG is from. Something like that along those lines. Let's get back into it. Just trying to clarify information.
People think that G's crew and affiliates were involved with the murder of Draco. Additionally, demise, Remble didn't attend the funeral. Draco essentially gave Remble a rite of passage into the LA rap scene. With Remble being kicked out of the Stink Team, he may no longer feel like he has the city behind him. It's also possible that his record deal may have certain constraints tied to it, or the label simply isn't giving him the resources and attention that he deserves. At the end of the day, Remble might even be focusing on bigger issues in his personal life. In previous interviews, he stated that outside of music, most of his time is focused on how to help get his father out of prison. Or maybe he's still grieving the loss of his friend and mentor, Draco the Ruler. Either way, I'd love to see Remble make a return to the rap scene while both happy and healthy.
The situation is there's a lot in the situation.
If you enjoy,
it's a lot with the situation. It's from the Stink Team to Draco passing to whoever has control of his music. That's more than likely why he's not making records or shooting videos or anything like that. Somebody probably has the rights to the masters of his music, and that's probably why he can't drop music when he wants to. Maybe more than likely, and I'm sure it's probably more than likely it's probably the Stink Team. From what the video says, the Stink Team probably has his brother Ralphie probably has control over Remble's music or something like that. That's probably what it is. Maybe, I'm not sure, but I'm just guessing. But that I believe that would be what it is. Maybe, I'm not sure, but that's what I think it is. But that's a good video. See what else we got up here. See what else we got. Let me see. Good video. Honestly, I think I'm gonna just end it right here. I think 2 hours is long enough for somebody to go through my live and everything like that. I'll be back on here maybe sometime again during the week, possibly. I'm just trying to make myself get the hang of this live streaming thing, and yeah, y'all take it easy, man. Let me get on out of here and go about the rest of my day, y'all.